Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to a new car video from TW White & Sons. Okay, here we have in our showroom a Mazda CX-5. This is a limited edition model called the Kuro. Now, this particular model has the 2-litre SKYACTIV-G engine, and this is in manual transmission. Now, this is based on the SEL model CX-5, which is the entry level. There are no basic cars in the Mazda range. They're all very well equipped, but this, as I say, this is based on the SEL with a few additional extras which I shall point out to you. Now, the car is presented in Soul Red crystal paint, which really sparkles, and no, it's a very impressive colour. It gives the impression that the car's moving when it's standing still. I know that sounds very cheesy, but hopefully you can see that from this video. Now, on the exterior, the things that are different, it's got these gloss black alloy wheels, okay? It's also got these black mirror caps, all right? And the alloys are the same size and design of alloys you get on the Sport, but presented in the gloss black. Okay. Now, the other addition, which I think is very useful, over the SEL spec, is the auto power tailgate, which makes life a lot easier. Now, if I just take you in the boot, as you can see, it's a good sized boot, and you've got folding rear seats, and you've got these clever, I believe Mazda call them karakuri. It refers to like a toy or surprise karakuri seats. See this little lever here. If I pull that little lever, look at that. That releases the middle seat. Now, I had the armrest out for the aid of my still shots, which is why it didn't fold down, but it would fold down. And that, for me, would be very good. That would be the DIY hatch. I know a lot of people who ski. I believe that's called a ski hatch. Now, if I pull this bigger lever, that also folds down, and you've got a very practical space there, and it pretty much folds flat. Okay, so they go back up like so, and the that seat there will also fold as these did. Whilst we're on the back seat, you've got this armrest here, something for the kids or for me, because my phone's always going flat. You've got charging points for USB. They are just charging points, they don't read data. And you've got some cup holders there and a little handy compartment there. You've got your rear ventilation there. Now, the other main upgrade, and something that's exclusive to this limited edition, are these like black leather and suede seats, which I think are really nice. And whilst I've got that back door open, if you can see, it almost opens at a right angle, which is really easy when you've got a child seat. And I'm talking from my own experience. And by the way, this has got the ISOFIX anchorages. It's really easy to get in and out. Or if you've got elderly parents, or, you know, if you're just struggling a little bit with your mobility, to get in and out of the car, really easy. And I know Mazda specifically designed the car in that way, and it is an upgrade over the previous CX-5 for easy access. Okay, so under here you've got lots of storage and room for a spare wheel, should you want a spare wheel. And this tonneau cover here, you can remove that very easily and store that away under here, so you don't end up losing it. And if I press the button there, that folds down, and you can do that on your key fob. I'll show you when we get in the car. I'll show you the keys. Really handy. I used to think these things were gimmicky, but once you get used to them, they're really good, especially when you've got things in your hands or a little person you're looking after. Okay, so the exterior of the car, I think we've covered. All right, and let's get inside. Now, on the SEL, you'd have manual seats. On this, you've got, now let's do this together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-way electric seat for the driver, and you've got lumbar support there. Okay. Now, on this panel here, you've got your electric windows, wing mirrors, and you can set your wing mirrors to be, you can fold them in and out manually, but if you've got it on auto, it will retract the mirrors when you lock the car and open them up again once you open it. On this little panel here, you can turn off your iStop, which is an intelligent start-stop system. So when the car's nice and warm, the battery's charged, the car's not got all the heater on, heated rear screen, heated seats on, etc., etc., the car will turn itself off in traffic and restart again as soon as you move away. You've got lane departure warning system. So if you don't indicate when you're on a dual carriageway or motorway, the car thinks you didn't intend to veer out of that lane, it will warn you by a bleep or a rumble. And you've got your traction control there, stops you skidding about, and you can open the rear tailgate there. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the ignition off, start right from the beginning. So these are Mazda's new designer key. I do prefer these keys because if you do happen to break or lose a part of the key, you can buy the bits of key or, as individual components instead of a whole key. So that's very good because we've all lost keys in the past or dropped them. I've run them over before. Now on this key here, you've got open lock, and you can do the tailgate. So if I press that, but if you look in the rear view mirror, you can see the tailgate open. And shut. Okay. Right, once you've got the key, when you've got the keys on your person or in the car, I'm just going to leave them down there. Put your foot on the clutch. This lights up green. Press the button, and she fires up into life. You've got your rev counter, speedometer, fuel gauge. Now the car's in the showroom, so we have just bare minimum amount of fuel in the car. Obviously, it's a hazard otherwise. But it does leave us at risk of running out of fuel. Now, so you've got that there. On this stalk here, you've got your auto lights, auto wipers, cruise control, speed limiter. Now the cruise control is adaptive. Mazda call it radar cruise control. So it will follow the car or objects in front, car, van in front, truck in front. So say you're set at 70 and the car in front slows down to 65. The car will track that car and slow down accordingly, which means you're not always adjusting your cruise control. So very useful, especially for UK roads. You've got your volume controls here. You can answer and reject a call. You can also make calls. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. You've got an information button, which will give you your MPG and bits and pieces on this trip computer here. Okay. And you've got this lovely screen here. So now this has still got the plastics on. I'm going to leave it on. I like to keep these on as long as possible. And the earlier screens were all touchscreen, but touchscreen was deemed dangerous because if you were, to sort of play around with the screen in the car, it's a distraction, and I do understand that. They did switch off as you were moving, but what they've done is on these new facelifted cars, this is the 2021 model car, you get this bigger sat-nav screen with the more modern software, which doesn't allow you to use this as a touch screen. So here you've got the multimedia commander, or I call the human interface, which has got music, home screen. It's got these quick keys here, sat-nav, all right, volume, and this dial here. And once you get used to using this, it's like second nature. Here you've got the handbrake, or what I call a finger brake, which disengages, engages. Okay, and you've got hill hold assist, so no need to worry about getting a biting point. It'll all take care of itself. So if I hit home, you've got a clock. If I hit home again, your information, entertainment, communication, navigation and settings. So information, fuel efficiency monitor, vehicle status, okay, tells you when your next service is due, etc, etc. Entertainment, now you've got FM, AM, digital radio, Bluetooth. You've got smartphone apps, so Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. So if I had that app on my phone, you could actually mirror your phone on the screen. Then you can take advantage of using all the apps like Google Maps or Waze or WhatsApp, etc, etc. And then obviously you can stream your music, Spotify, or I use YouTube to listen to documentaries when I'm in the car normally. And you've got DAB. Okay, you've got 2 USBs which can read audio and video. Okay, and they'll also charge up your device, and they live in here. Okay, so we go back. Communication, once you've paired your phone up, you'll get your phone book and your call lists, you'll receive calls, missed calls, etc, etc. Navigation, it's got a very comprehensive sat nav. Looks really good on this new wide screen. You can add destinations by postcode. Okay, so nice and easy. Then you can save your favourites, etc, etc. All right. You can also search point of interests, for example, restaurants, or what I do to sit in a restaurant at the moment, and show you what's nearby. You can also search for like places of interests, national parks, etc, etc. Okay, right, now the car has parking sensors front and rear. Okay, you can add a camera to this if you wish to do so. It's a very easy, it's an easy fit, literally plug and play, and then it will appear here. Down here you've got your climate control, and it is dual zone. And you've got heated seats, which are 3-stage. Okay, so a very nice, well-spec vehicle. SEL, based on an SEL, but with a few extra goodies, and it's always nice having a limited edition. Now, I believe these cars come in Soul Red Crystal and the Poly Metal. I am torn between which colour I prefer. Okay, now I'm sure there's things I've forgotten, but if there's any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. We're working under the current COVID conditions, so we're doing a lot of bits and pieces remotely and online. If there's any more specific videos, photos you'd like, please don't hesitate to ask. Try us at any time of day. We're working on a flexible basis, so we'll often reply and answer questions out of hours. You can try calling us, send us an email, live chat, whichever you prefer. Part exchange is very, very welcome. And we have finance facilities to suit all, and there are some very attractive finance options on these new CX-5s for Mazda customers and for Conquest new customers. So give us a call or contact us any way you like, and we'll be happy to help. Thank you very much for watching our video. Take care. Bye bye.